Hi everyone! Hope you guys can see me and hear me. Hoping everyone's joined and okay. We got the links okay. So excited to be talking to everyone today and to be talking to you on Facebook Live. I know it's been a while since we've done a Facebook Live, so I love just jumping on here, talking to you guys, giving you some information, and really sharing with you some of my passions about marketing. So super excited for you guys to join me today. As you're joining, just go ahead and pop in that comment section. Let me know who you are and where you're coming in from, and just give me some information. Are you someone who owns a business or yourself, or are you someone who does marketing for another company? Just go ahead and let me know who you are so I know who I'm talking with today. To introduce myself a little bit, I'm Meredith. I'm the owner and co-founder and lead marketer of Marketing Maiden here in Colorado, coming to you live from a very cold Colorado today. And I really have a passion for marketing. I love connecting with small business owners, getting to know them, and really kind of sharing my information with them, sharing some tips and tricks I learned along the way, and just putting some marketing out there. So today, I'm going to share some details with you all about the psychology of marketing and how to use that for your business. And I'm really excited to get started on that today. So before we go ahead and jump into anything, I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about color psychology and logos, but I wanted to play a little bit of a game for you. So one of the things that I love doing is looking at different logos and then kind of using that information to see how you react. So before we jump into all the psychology of it all and getting to know more about it, I want to ask you guys some questions. So one of the logos that I think everyone recognizes, everyone knows a lot about, is the Starbucks logo. So that's that round logo. It's white and has that green kind of mermaid-like character on it. So when I talk about that logo and you kind of picturing in your mind, what are you guys thinking about? What kind of emotions does that logo stir up? Another really common logo is the BMW logo. So that's, again, kind of a circle, and it says BMW, and it's black, and it has blue and white kind of across through it. That's another logo that people really can think of. So when you're thinking about the BMW logo, what emotions come up for you? What information comes up from you? Another one that I love, and it's kind of a logo, it's the Marvel character Captain America from the Marvel character. He uses a shield, so it's kind of that blue and red shield with that white star in it. So what kind of emotions come up for you when you think of that logo? All of these emotions are, and all of the information that you gather when you look at these logos, it's not accidental. All of these brands have invested a ton of money into their logo design and the psychology of color marketing to try and design these logos for you so that you feel something instantly. So when you're looking at that Starbucks logo and you see that green logo, you're really kind of seeing that color. So green sticks out in your mind. And to us, the emotions and the information behind green is that it's healthy, that it's peaceful, that it's relaxing. So they really knew what they were doing when they were creating that logo and using that green color. When back to the BMW one, when we're looking at it, it's black and silver and white and blue. You instantly think luxury, you think of class, you think of ease. And those colors are designed to be that way purposely so that you associate that brand with a luxury brand. Going back to Captain America, you know, he has that strong logo with a big white star in it, and it's kind of red and blue on the way out. That obviously uses the American flag and the British and Australian, a lot of different colors that a lot of different countries use, but those are colors of strength and power. So each of these logos were designed very specifically with colors in mind to truly make them be more powerful. And color is an essential tool in your marketing because it impacts the way that you think and the way that you feel. And it impacts you on a level that bypasses logic. So this is something that you instantly see these colors. You don't even think about it. You have a natural response because it's instinctual. We were kind of, you know, and when we were hunter and gatherers, we had to see certain colors to instantly know if, you know, is this a snake? Do I need to run? Is this food? Do I eat it? That type of information. So it's an instinct. So when you see a certain brand color, it instantly connects you with that brand. There's instant information, instant data that's provided to you. And as a marketer, you can really use this to help your business grow. Of course, there's negative ways to use this as well, but you know, with great power comes great responsibility, so we don't go down that path, but we make sure that we use this to help your brand really grow and really thrive. So colors triggers those emotions, and it really triggers a lot of associations as well. So if we're looking at the color blue, you instantly, and I have a really great document. Of course, I can't screen share it with you guys on Facebook Live, but I'll share it in some notes so you can look at it later. But the blue color itself, it really shows you trust, security, quality, reliability, courage, and tech. Those are the colors that are associated with blue. So when you think of the color blue, Facebook is obviously one of the #1 things that we think of. You think a lot about Dell computers, American Express, HP, Oreo, of all things, WordPress, Oral-B toothpaste. These are all things that use the color blue to really connect with you and to instantly for you to think that they're strong and dependable brands. Some other colors, some ones that you may not think about as much, is yellow. I think that one's a super fun color. And it may be hard to think of a few yellow icons, but Nikon, UPS, IBM, Best Buy, Safeway, those are all companies that use the color yellow in their logo because they want you to think that they're safe. They want you to think that they're, warm and that they're a really good product and something that you're going to be a part of. Another great color is purple. We don't see a ton of purple logos out there, but if you think of Barbie or Cadbury, the chocolate, Taco Bell, oddly enough. These are different brands that use the color purple to really kind of portray that they're wise brands, which is interesting when you think of Taco Bell, but it's a brand that wants you to think that it's something that you can loyal, something that you can connect with. So people and marketers everywhere use color psychology in their logos, in their email marketing, in their websites to really make you feel an emotion so you instantly feel connected to the brand and are more loyal to the brand. And it's really something that you see a lot, and you see it a lot when you're scrolling on Facebook, when you're watching TV and you see ads. Ads will just blast you with certain colors to make you, kind of respond. You'll see a Nike commercial and it will come in with a big red screen and then their black swoosh. Well, red, it's bold, it's exciting, it's movement, it's speed. That's all done purposefully so that you instantly connect those emotions with those brands. And like I said, it can be extremely powerful. Now, I did some research to give you guys numbers because I love numbers and I knew you guys love numbers too. And color can increase your brand recognition by about 80%. And that's huge. And that statistic is really if you use a lot of different colors and stuff. When you create one color and you're consistent, it can increase your brand recognition by about 80%. And that's a really, really important statistic. Another one is that shoppers may buy a product based on color up to 85% influence of that color on that product. So when you think of, who are you going to go for your bank? That's one that we see all the time. Who you're going to bank with, who's going to be your credit card provider. It's those colors that really help you make a decision. They're usually blue, black, little bit of purple. You don't really see a lot of red cards or orange debit cards because those are scary. Those colors kind of tell you to stop, to pause, but blue is safe and reliable. I'll go ahead and swipe my American Express card. You see that in banking, you see that in credit cards, financial institutions. They use colors very, very strongly to kind of connect with you. So up to 85% of shoppers buy a product because of its color. And another one for all of you out there who do actual products, one of the statistics I found, and this was called the Impact Study, researchers found that 90% of snap judgments made about products are based on color alone. So I always think on the checkout line, all that candy that's sitting there, it's blue, it's maybe red, it's yellow, it's delicious color, a little bit of, darker chocolate colors. All these colors, nothing, that signifies this isn't healthy or this isn't a good choice. All these colors that are talking about, are leading the emotions and trying to make you think that these are healthy products for you. These are good products, so they're safe and trustworthy. So next time you guys are at the checkout aisle, just take a look to what they put to your left and your right, and you're going to notice so much color psychology. You're really going to see in there, what they're creating, the brands, what they look like, the use of color to try and get you to make purchases. Because like I said, up to 90% of those snap judgments, those low price items, are based on color alone. So that's a really, really exciting piece of information when you think about how that applies to your business. So if you're someone who works for a company or you're someone who owns a company, this is vital to you, knowing how to use color psychology in your marketing. And, you know, I don't want to go into color psychology too much. I don't want to weigh you guys down. This is just a Facebook Live, so it's going to try and be nice and short, even though I'm a talker. But, you know, I want to kind of lead into the marketing. How can this really help you? So I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys a question, and you can answer it in your minds or answer it in the comments, whatever you would like. But I want to know how many of you guys out there actually have a color strategy for your brand or business. Is this something that you've ever thought about for your business? Is this something that you've put in place for your business? Let me know, or just, like I said, think about it if you're watching this on replay, or you can put it in the comments. But do you have any type of color strategy for your brand or business? And unfortunately, the answer is usually no. Most of the customers that I work directly with in my business, or the people that I'm coaching or teaching, they kind of never thought about color. Usually they just say, well, my website designer, he created this for me, or I just really like those colors, so I picked those, and that's what my website is, that's what I'm using. So most businesses don't have a color or any type of colors that they use consistently in their marketing. And this can really hurt you. It's really something that you can correct now, and I'm going to give you some really quick action steps for you to kind of move into using color in your marketing. But it's something that you really need to implement in today's world. It is such a crowded marketplace out there. If you were to type in whatever your company name is or whatever your brand is, you may not be the only one who's using that name. And a great way to kind of set you apart is different colors, and that kind of, you know, you can distinguish the marketing Maiden here in America and the one that's somewhere in UK that doesn't even count. You can separate us two because of the colors that I use and the colors that they use. And that's going to be in everything that you see. All the different, you know, across all your different social media platforms, across everything. Color is so important, and it's really important to have cohesive color. So what you're using on your social media should be what you're using on your website, should be what you're using on, you know, your branding, your print advertising, your flyers. Everything that you use should have consistent marketing. So I wanted to kind of give you guys 3 different ways that it's important to use and helpful to use color marketing, how I like to call it, color marketing to help market your business and for your business to thrive. And the number 1 way, and I think this is the absolute most important piece, is to use colors that make sense to your ideal client, not to you. And this is, like I said, this is something that a lot of business people or marketers just don't even think about. You know, there's a difference between what colors I really like and what colors my potential customers really like. So I'll give you guys, you know, a swipe file just for Marketing Maiden to kind of give you an example. So some of my favorite colors, and it changes, but are purple and green. So when I was starting my business, I wanted to create a logo. So I was playing around with these purple and green colors. And it looked horrible. First of all, it looked like Mardi Gras all the time, which is the worst thing, but purple and green just don't really, the dark ones, I like the dark colors, just didn't really look that good on my website. And they just didn't make sense, especially when I identify who my target market is. For my business, my target market is an established business owner, a professional, usually male, and usually a little bit on the older side. And that changes depending, you know, on many different things, but that's my target market. So the purple and the green colors just didn't make sense. And while they may be colors that I really, really like, they're not the colors that connect with my ideal customer. So whenever you're creating a color strategy, whenever you're using color psychology or color in your marketing, make sure that you're using colors that really connect with your ideal customer. So you may be asking, who is, you know, how do I find out what's going to connect with them? Like I said, I have a bunch of resources, but if you just Google color psychology, you'll be able to come up with a bunch of different infographics and different looks and pictures that help you understand. So I'm going to go through them really quickly for you guys, though. So if you're looking to get across clarity or warmth, you're going to use, or optimism, you're going to use a yellow color. If you're trying to get a friend that you're friendly or cheerful or confident, you're going to use an orange color. If you were to be excitement or that you're youthful and that you're bold, it's going to be more of a red color. If you're looking to show someone that you're creative or imaginative or wise, you're going to use more of a purple color. If you want to get across that you're strong and trustworthy and dependable, go ahead and use a blue color. If you want people to think that you're peaceful or that you have growth or health in mind, that's going to be a green color. And if you're looking for balance, that's going to be kind of that gray or silver color. And luxury is usually black or white. You can use both of those. So say maybe you love craft beer and you're starting your own craft beer company, like I think some of you on here might be someday. What colors? So if it's a very distinguished beer, if it's something that you want to get out to more sophisticated people, well, you maybe might use a purple color or blue or silver. If you want to be more youthful and connect with people who are into the craft beer lifestyle, you might go with something more of the red color or the orange color, because those are fun and cheerful, and the yellow color is warmth, and there's creativity in some of those purple colors too. So whatever your product is, whatever you're doing, whatever your marketing brand is, you can really see how it's important to really tailor the colors of your brand to your ideal customer, because you have about 2 seconds to capture their attention. They're going to look at your website, they're going to look at your product, and in about 2 seconds you need to relay to them that you are what they need to go with. And if they have to think about that, that takes more time. That takes 3 to 6 seconds for them to think about it, to process it, and to like put logic behind it. But if you can connect to that more primal, that subliminal kind of information, color, oh, it's purple. I love purple. I'm looking to learn. I'm looking for, knowledgeable and wise people. And I see that purple color, I'm instantly going to connect with that. And it bypasses all that logic and connects directly to my emotions. And that's exactly what you want in marketing, is to have that emotional connection with your brand and your customers, so they become repeat customers and advocates. So number one is always make sure that your colors are out there for your ideal customer. Now, this is a little plug, but if you need to learn how to identify your ideal customer, go to the Marketing Maiden blog. I have an amazing video worksheet descriptions that in about 10 minutes you can identify exactly who your ideal customer is. And it's completely free to download. Just jump over to the blog. That'll be really helpful for you guys if you need to know who your ideal customer is. Now, the second way to use color in your marketing to really help your business and to grow your business is complementary colors. And how this truly applies to your business is if you're selling anything, you'll hopefully, when you create your website, you have your one set of colors, and then that buy now or your call to action button is going to be in a different color. And you truly want that color to stand out. And the way you do that is complementary colors. Now, what a complementary color is, so if you were to look at a color wheel, and you can just Google color wheel and you'll see, it's just all the different colors in this really beautiful little wheel. So if you look at that color wheel and you find a color on this side and the complete opposite color, those are complementary colors. And those are what you need to really make a difference in your business. So if you have a website and say that you're selling some health products, you created this magic pill that is going to solve all the problems in the world. We're going to have beautiful hair, beautiful nails, be our perfect ideal look and weight. You created this perfect pill and you want people to actually buy that from you. So you've decided that you're going to use some green colors on your website. So you have this beautiful white and green silver website that's just really speaking to people, and you want them to buy your product. Well, some of the colors that you may like, say purple, maybe you like orange, maybe you like yellow, but directly from green is the color red. So red is going to be your ideal complementary color for you to use on your call to action buttons, because it's such a contrast, but it flows. So I can instantly tell anyone looking, this is again kind of one of those subliminal things, you can see those opposite colors and your mind recognizes that contrast, and that's a really good thing. So when you're using that in your call to actions, you're working on kind of that natural level again, where they see that contrasting color and their eyes are directly pulled towards it. Now, you'll hear that a lot. That's very common knowledge, but there's a secret that I'm going to share with you, and that's the ratio. So if you make your website green and beautiful and silver, and then you have red links, red, call to actions, you have a red blog post, that's too much. You're using far too much complementary colors. So the ratio is 7 to 3. So that's the magic number there. So for every 7 pieces of color that you have, 7% or 70% of it should be kind of those base colors, those colors that you use, those kind of natural brand colors. And 30% or 3, whatever, is going to be those complementary call to action colors. Use those sparingly. You don't want to overdo it, because if you have too much going on, people get distracted and they're not going to be focused directly on your call to action. So, I have a beautiful friend of mine who's opening a gorgeous spa, and this is some information that I know a lot of spas have trouble with because they have these really colorful pictures. When you look at a spa picture, you see a lot of colors. You have candles in the background, you have a person, you have a lot of different colors. So it can be really hard. So contrast. When you work for a spa, when you're doing any type of thing like that, you're going to have your 3 base colors throughout the whole website. You're going to use your pictures and your images, and then you're going to use those contrasting call to action buttons sparingly and exactly where you want people to go. So if you have a busy website with a lot of color, you have to use those with laser focus to make sure that people are going exactly where you want them to go. So complementary colors are a wonderful, wonderful thing to use. And it's kind of my little quick tip with that is also contrast. I love contrast, both in like my personal life, in business, and in color theory. Contrast is really something that makes a really big difference because not everyone can see color that well. Women in general, and this is just a generalization, see color much better than men. We just have a broader range of ability to see color. And there's theories on why, and I don't know what the truth is, but we tend to see color a little bit better than men do. And there's also a high percentage of people in the world who are completely colorblind, or partly colorblind. They can't see red scale, they can't see blue scale. So if you have a website that has kind of a textured grayish tan background and you have some green on there, if I'm colorblind, I'm missing everything. I can't distinguish what's going on. So it's really important to keep that in mind. And even if your people aren't colorblind, especially older people, younger people, it's harder to distinguish color, people who are very sensitive. So make sure that you use contrast. And what that is in this form, in marketing, is using black and white, in my opinion. So don't overly use color. Use white to offset what you're looking at. Use that background, use that contrast to make what you want to come forward really step out. So that's an important piece and something that I think will really help a lot of people out there as well. Again, if you're in an industry that uses a lot of images and you have a lot of color already going on, contrast is that quietness, that space in all of your marketing that people will just gravitate to. And then if you put a call to action that's a perfect contrasting color in that contrast, in that open space, it is just going to really, really take off. So that's my tip there. Now, my number 3 thing that you can do to help your business by using color and color psychology is to make sure that it's consistent on all of your platforms. And I know this sounds very, very basic, and I'm sure most of you on here already know this, but as a marketing professional, I have walked into many situations where, specifically, I'll give you an example. My one customer that I work with had a logo. Their current logo is yellow and blue. And then they also had like a brown and purple logo from far before I worked for them. And they had that in some places. And then they had the yellow and blue one in some places. And then they had special holiday ones as well, whether it's Thanksgiving or 4th of July. So they had all these different logos out there, and they were using them on many different social media platforms. So this is really tying back to what I said before. The market's crowded. There are so many marketing companies, craft beer companies, there's so many landscaping, plumbing companies, spas, studios, photography. There's so many of them out there. You need to stand out into the market. And how you do that is with consistent branding, consistent colors on every single thing that you do. Now, this, again, very, very important and very easy to do. I'm going to kind of give you guys some tips at the end that you guys can take a look at, or that I'll kind of walk you through to help you guys out with how to build colors for your brand. But it's just really important to keep consistency through everything that you do. Now, here's another little tip that I'm going to throw out for you guys, and that's for all your businesses that use Instagram. I love Instagram. I think a lot of you out there love Instagram. You should pick 2 to 3 filters that you'll use for your business consistently. Because those filters are a form of color marketing, color psychology. They do something to your pictures that people can instantly connect with. I use some of my favorite filters. One is that one that gives it that beautiful pink tone. I think it's called, another one is Juno. I love those filters. And on a lot of my pictures, I use those consistent filters so that when people are scrolling through, if they see that, it's connecting it with my brand. So consistent look and feel, consistent colors, consistent filters on everything that you do. And I know it's very tempting to do different holiday logos and do different variations of your logo. If you've seen a lot of the Marketing Maiden stuff, I do really fun and really exciting pieces and different logos out there. Like I have a Halloween logo or a May the 4th be with you logo. I love doing that, but I never changed my social media profile. That one stays the same. And I know that can be a little boring, but it's so important to have consistent color branding and consistent color marketing on everything that you do. So I think that stuff is really important, and it's a really easy action step for you guys to go out there and see, you know, where you can kind of step up, where you can make sure everything looks consistent on all the different social media, all the different website platforms that you have out there. And that's something else that a lot of people miss as well, is the colors on their website, particularly when they create a website and it's 5 years old and they don't want to go in there and make any changes because it costs too much money or it's too much work, but they want to update their logo, so they do that on social media, they do that on Google, and then there's kind of that discrepancy between their branding. Your website has to have these colors that are the same colors as your logo and your brand on social media. In today's market, that's just a have to do. You have to have those certain pieces everywhere that you go. You have to have that consistent look and feel. And that's really, really important when you dive into the world of email marketing. I love email marketing. You guys know that that's one of the main things that we do at Marketing Meeting because I believe in it so much. And I can't tell you how many times that a customer has their website in this colors and this look, and then they have their email in completely different colors. And I understand if you're not in love with the look or feel of your website, but it needs to be consistent because, like I said, 2 seconds, that's how long it takes your customers to connect with you. You have just a few seconds to make an impression with them. They need to instantly see your brand, instantly see your look, instantly know what to go after. And you can see this in the big companies, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Disney, BP, even though I don't like them, but BP, Salvation Army, all of these companies use that same look and feel for the last 80 years. They haven't changed their colors. They've manipulated the brands to modernize them. You see this a lot in football. So if you're a big sports fan, I don't know that much about sports, but you know, if you're a huge Giants fan or a huge Broncos fan or Saints fan, those are your colors. Those are the colors that you're going to wear. You might have your tombstone in Bronco orange out here. You're so passionate about those that you connect with your team, and that's a great example of color marketing. Their websites, their tickets, their Facebook pages, their Google pages, they all use that consistent color marketing through everything that they do, and that's who you're competing with. You guys are good enough to beat Disney, in my opinion. That's who you're competing with, the excellence out there. So find those colors that truly connect to your core audience and that make you happy, of course. Use those colors and dedicate them on everything that you do. Now, I want to just give you guys another little bit of information, and that's, again, kind of pulling into your target market. If your target market is more male-based or female-based, there is a slight difference in the colors that you're going to want to use. So males prefer bright colors, and they prefer shades of colors. So they prefer kind of those bright blues, yellows, reds, those bright colors, and they like just quick variations. So it's bright red, it's medium red, or it's light red. That's what's really going to connect with your male audience. Your female audience prefers to use soft colors and to use tones of colors. So women, we prefer, you know, just in marketing, softer things and tones and just things that make us relax. Now, to give you guys more, a little bit of a swipe file, again, from Marketing Maiden, these are the 2 pieces that I used in my logo. So if you're looking up in your corner, I think it's on this side for you guys, you'll see my logo, and it's this soft blue, and kind of a soft burgundy, maroon, whatever you want to call it. Now I use these colors because, like I said, my core audience are male and they're a little bit older, so that blue instantly connects with them. It shows that I'm trustworthy. It shows that I'm loyal. It's that color that connects with them. And then I have that soft red color in there, not only because it looks like me and that's my hair color, but it's that softness. It's the maiden part of it. It's that feminine touch that I'm portraying in my logo. So when you see my logo, you instantly think useful and connected with new marketing trends, but also loyal and the team that's going to show up for you. So that was what I was thinking about when I was creating my logo, and you guys can use that as well. Now, I know there might be someone on here that has something to do with some live animals, and I'm not going to out anyone, but when you're using anything, whether you're selling plants, live animals, anything like that, you want to use bright colors. So, of course, those are going to be colors that pop, colors that connect, show health and vibrancy and trust. So blues and yellows and oranges, maybe a little bit of purples. Those are the colors that you want to use. For some of you who might be doing some different healing type things or going into different healing practices, purple. That is that color of trust. That is that color of wisdom. A little bit of yellow to show confidence and clarity and cheerfulness. So all of those are great colors to use for your different businesses. Say maybe you're a teacher and you're someone who maybe you're going to write a book on teaching. Maybe you're going to do some teaching on some of your own stuff. You got to think about your core audience. Kids, again, bright colors, primary colors. Those are all the types of colors that you want to use for those businesses. So I want to ask you guys another question real fast. I hope you guys are enjoying this and having a lot of fun with what we're doing. I wanted to ask you guys, how many of you think that you use color psychology and color marketing effectively in your business? And you don't have to put this in the comments. You guys can just go ahead and self-reflect on this. But do you feel like you've been using color marketing to the best of your ability thus far? Have you been, maybe it's something you didn't know about. Maybe it's something you guys have known about for a really long time and just never really knew how to go about it. Do you feel like you've used color marketing effectively in your business? And don't feel bad, whatever your answer is here, because most people, the answer is no. They maybe had heard something about color psychology. They maybe have some colors that they like, but they didn't know how important color psychology and color is in marketing. And it's something that really, since color TV's been around, marketers have been using to really connect with people, really pull them in and get them connected with their brand. So this is something that I hope all of you guys use going forward, because it's really, really exciting. I love color marketing, and it's amazing what you can do too. Now, I have a few people here who I know are starting businesses, and it can be a little bit confusing to know what colors to use. So maybe you've sat down and you decided, I'm going to use purples, blues, and I'm going to accent with greens. Maybe that's just your color palette that you decide to go with, but you're not sure in what combination to use those. Here's my little tip for you. Here's what you can do to kind of research. So what I would do is I would create a Facebook ad. And I would create, so just say, oh, thanks, Sand, I appreciate that. So just say that you are a nail studio and you want to get people into your nail studio for a pedicure, and you're going to use blue, purple, and green, but you're not sure what connects best with your audience because it's a nail studio for men. It's a bar and grooming studio. It's something very unique, and you're not sure, what's going to work. Create a Facebook ad with your logo in those 3 different colors. Now, I know I said don't confuse the market, but these are just ads. So you're going to go ahead and create those 3 different ads in those 3 different colors, and then go ahead and put that ad out. So say it's the exact same promotion. You want that to be the control, $55 beard trimming and pedicure is what you're offering. So you're putting it out there, and you're putting it out there in those 3 different colors, and then say you only spend $10 on each of those ads. See which one has the most clicks. See which one has the most views, which one has the most responses, and then you can very quickly, easily, and affordably test what is the best color for your market. So you may kind of, think you know what's best. You may have done all your research, but you're still not sure what's going to work best for your company. Go ahead and create those ads, create those in those 3 different colors, and see what people respond to best. This is kind of called A/B marketing in a way. So you could do this on landing pages. You could have, your call to action buttons in different colors to see which ones work best for your business. And I highly suggest that for some of us on here who might be great at web development, this is something you obviously can do. For some of us who maybe aren't so skilled at web development, run a quick Facebook ad. It's super easy to do, it's super cheap to do, and you can see what people respond to better. So that's how I suggest kind of testing your way into the market if you have some questions about which color is truly going to connect with my target market the best. And this is something that I did when I was starting my company. I had my logo in a few different colors. I had different variations of the color, and I wanted to know which ones were going to be too harsh, which ones were going to, connect with people correctly. So I tested it, and I actually did mine with a blog post because I'm very informational based. So I created a same blog post. I created it same text, 3 different versions with 3 different versions of my logo, and I found that this one outperformed in spades. It's really something that connected with my audience, and it's really the color that worked best for my business. So that's the way that I did it as an informational business that doesn't have ads as much as I did it with blog posts, and people responded really well. So now I want to go ahead and give you guys some action items because, I tend to talk a lot and I don't want to overwhelm you, but I want to give you guys 2 to 3 action items that you can instantly implement right now for your business to start working in color marketing and color psychology. So the number one thing that you need to do, and I want you guys to do this, as soon as possible, not tonight because it's kind of late for a lot of you, but sit down and truly identify what colors are going to connect best to your target market. And don't just make assumptions here. It's easy to kind of seem like, oh, well, I target market to girls or women, so I think pink is going to be the right color. That's not necessarily what's going to connect. It's about what message, what emotion you want people to instantly feel when they see your brand, and what you're trying to portray. So say that you're starting a new business where you're going to help small business owners market their business and grow their business. And your target market is 25 to 35-year-old women. Well, then rose gold is a beautiful color. Maybe some pinks, maybe some greens. Those are all colors that are really going to connect with that new market. Maybe you're just, not sure what to do. This is what you need to do. If you're not sure what colors connect with your target market, if you have Instagram, go onto Instagram, type in, find a hashtag that connects with your market. So for some of you, that might be hashtag healer, hashtag spa, hashtag tanning, hashtag teaching, hashtag web design, hashtag I don't know where everyone else works, but whatever that hashtag is, go into Instagram, see that hashtag, and see what images are connected, what colors are connected with that hashtag. And this is a great way to do it because Instagram is so visual. Pinterest is another great place if you don't have Instagram, but it's so visual. Type in your hashtag, type in who your target market is, see what images come up, and start using some of those colors. That's a great way to kind of get some market research out there without having to spend too much money on market research. So action item number 1, find out the colors that connect to your ideal customer. Action item number 2 is to create a color palette for your brand. Now, I wanted to screen share this with you guys, but I guess I can't do that on Facebook Live. So you guys can go ahead and I will write the URL in my comment box because I know I can do that. I think it's coolers.co, and this is an amazing tool for you to use. This is a tool where you can sit down and say, okay, I'm a massage therapist, and one of the colors that I love to use for my marketing is purple. So you can go to coolers.com, you can type, find your purple color, and then you can lock it in. And I'm gonna create a YouTube video where I can share my screen to show you guys how to do this. But you can lock in that first color, and then it helps you generate all the other colors that work really, really well with your brand. All the colors that look, all the colors, I do, Wendy, I do. All the colors that connect with people that are gonna look beautiful with your brand. So go to coolers.com and it's gonna give you 5 different colors. And the reason I love that it gives you 5 different colors is the way that we use this in marketing. So when we create a color palette, you always want to create with 5 different colors. And web designers, don't shake your head at me here. This is just for marketing your small business. So 2 of those colors are going to be your main colors, your dominant colors. So if you're looking at my brand, it's that kind of blush color and that blue color. Those are my 2 colors that I use for everything. Those are my main colors. You're also going to create 2 other colors that are light colors that you use for backgrounds or maybe some gentle accents. And one of those could be black or white. So think of that. So you got your 2 main colors, your 2 kind of light colors, and then you have your 3rd color, which you can either call your accent color or your call to action color. So if you are armed with those 5 colors, and if you use coolers.com, they actually have an export button where you can export this PDF that just looks utterly perfect. It has the hex codes, it has the RGB codes, it has everything. You can take that PDF, you can keep it anywhere, you can give it to any graphic designer, any marketing person, any intern, anyone who's going to be doing work for you, and they will be consistently on point and on brand. So I highly recommend this. I can't tell you how many horror stories of small business I've worked with when I ask them, do you have your logo? Do you have your brand? And they don't have anything. They have what's on their website, but they don't have any website files. So with all of you beautiful people out there that are starting your businesses, this is such an important one. Create a color palette for your brand. And it can change. There's nothing wrong with rebranding. But if you have that tool that you can use for all of your marketing, your colors will be consistent everywhere. And like I said, I love Coolers because they do the RGB codes, the hex codes. So if you're using Canva, if you're using Wix or Squarespace or using WordPress through your local designer, or you're doing, even if you're doing print advertising, direct mail, you can use these exact colors. Your email marketing, you can put these codes into everything. So maybe tomorrow or something, I'll create a YouTube video for you guys so that I can show you how to use this program. But honestly, go ahead and create that. So my 3rd tip, my 3rd action item for you is updating your call to actions. Now, I think a lot of you out there probably have businesses, you have some marketing, and you may be able to use this information to help you right now improve what's already out there. So if you already have a website and it's maybe not performing that well, or you've had some ads in the past that aren't performing that well, go right now and update your call to action colors with contrast. And for you who are just joining in, how we really find contrast is we look at the color wheel, and you can just Google color wheel, and whatever your main color is, just go exactly across from it. And when you do that, you create a beautiful complementary color that will be perfect for your call to action. And there's more that you can do. You can create this on the color wheel, kind of this triangle, and when you do that, you kind of find 3 different colors that work for you. There's a lot of things that you guys can do. It can get a little complicated, so use Coolers or just use I like this color and this color. Just make it simple, but go ahead and update your call to action. So, as we're kind of wrapping up this Facebook Live, here's your 3 takeaways, your 3 quick call to action moments, and that's go ahead and identify what colors connect best with your target market, create a color palette for your brand, and update your call to action. So those should just take you a couple minutes, but those are great things for you guys to do. So again, I'll just kind of wrap up really quickly here. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and, I think it's on this side or that side, go ahead and leave them in the comment box for me. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have, but just, go back and remember how important color marketing is. Again, some of those numbers I said before is it can increase brand recognition by 80%. It can influence people up to 85% to instantly go ahead and purchase your products. So there's so much power in color psychology. There's so many things that you can do. It can help your business by choosing colors that make sense for your ideal customers. It can use complementary colors to truly drive sales. And of course, that you can create a consistent brand look and feel in the marketplace so that you truly stand out, that your customers recognize you everywhere you go, whether it's your loyalty card, your website, your social media post, your Instagram. They see that color, they see that brand, they know who you are. And that's the way that you're going to connect with your customers. You guys, I spam you guys with my social media posts because I just love interacting with you. And when you see it, I try and consistently use the same colors so that when you're scrolling really fast, when you see my information, you're like, oh, that's Meredith. I want to like her stuff. If you're bouncing around with color too much, you start adding in confusion. And that's just something that's gonna hurt, I don't want to say it's gonna hurt your business and make it sound too, dreadful, but it is gonna hurt your business. You're not gonna get traction as much because you don't have that consistent branding. So, that's something that's just so important for you guys. And I hope you really found some great information here. I think the last thing that I'm gonna jump onto, I kind of went over color again. I think because some new people joined, I'm going to go ahead and just mention some more colors and associations for you real fast, just so you guys have some more information. So if you're trying to portray that you are trusting, that they should trust your business. So this is anyone that, does healing on you in any capacity, someone that does, beauty stuff, that's trust, financial, banking, anyone who's going to spend money with you. Those ideal colors are going to be blue, white, and green. So, and that depends on who your target market are, but those are some colors that really affect trust. If you want to connect with high quality, so you have a luxury brand, you have something really beautiful, something high quality, black, gray, silver, and blue. Those are those high quality brand colors. If you want to talk about speed or active, if maybe you have a bike shop, or maybe you're doing some outdoor events, or you're a running club, those are going to be more reds and yellows and those types of colors. If you want to display courage, so maybe you're doing a support group or a local nonprofit, you're going to want to use purple, you're going to want to use blue, and you're going to want to use red. Those are the colors that connect really deeply. Now, kind of touching on that a little bit, if you are a nonprofit, I'm always happy to kind of give some more tips depending on what nonprofit you are, but greens, blues, purples, whites, those are great colors for nonprofits, and possibly orange depending. Now, if you want to trigger fear, and this is a technique you won't want to use too much, but maybe you're doing something with a limited time offer, or the email that you're sending out, they have to RSVP right away, or, there's pressure behind it. That is going to be kind of those reds to orange to black colors. Maybe you run a haunted house, something fun like that. Those are the colors that you want to use. Some of you may be in the high-tech field. High-tech is going to be black, blue, and silver as well, kind of like luxury. And I think a few of you out there work with children or just fun things in general. Those are going to be kind of your orange, yellow, and purple colors. So just wanted to connect a little bit more to you. All right, guys, well, I know I talked your ear off for the last 47 minutes. I appreciate you all on here so much. I love that you guys are on my Facebook Live and we get to talk and chat and connect. And I hope that I gave you guys some really great information. I know seeing a lot of you on here, I know you're starting businesses, and I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited for you. Starting your own business is probably the most stressful and challenging, but truly amazing thing that you guys can do. And when you have a beautiful brand, you have beautiful colors, it really helps you connect to your brand as well. I buy a lot of swag in my colors. I like to get things that match my colors. I have, these are kind of ugly, but my sticky notes are all in my colors. I have different things. My headphones are in my colors. I have different things all over my phone, all over the office that are in my brand, in my colors, because I connect to it as well. And every time that I see my colors somewhere, I smile a little bit because that's my brand and that's something that means a lot to me. So I connect with it. My customers connect with it. It gives me a great marketing strategy. So I'm so excited for you guys and all of your businesses and all of your colors. I would love to see what you guys have, or feel free to shoot something over to me. I'm a friend. I will never charge you to look at colors. So send me over your palettes and I can give you my professional feedback and let you know maybe something that I might recommend. So feel free to always shoot stuff over to me. Of course, you can do it on my Facebook page or meredith@marketingmaiden.com. So thank you guys so much for spending this time for me. Make sure that you like my Facebook page and that you sign up so that you're notified when I go live, because I want to be able to share with you guys and for you guys to know when I'm going live. So feel free to do that. And of course, like my Instagram page. I'm a huge Instagrammer. I love it so much, and I really like to go on there and put a lot of motivation out on Instagram because it's just what makes me feel good. So Instagram.com/marketingmaiden. Find me. Let's hang out a little bit on there. And if you know anyone who would like this video, please share it on your pages, share it on your timelines, send it out there for people so that everyone can learn a little bit about marketing and how to help their businesses. So I think I'm just overwhelmed with how excited I am for color marketing. It's something that I could nerd out for a whole long time. Just keep it simple, guys. I think that's kind of the thing that I'll wrap up from. When you're doing this, don't kill yourself. Don't go too deep. Don't stress about color marketing. Find that color that connects with you and your core customer. Build a palette off of it. When you connect with it, just keep it simple. Use your 2 main colors for pretty much everything. Use your accent color just when necessary. Use a call your action color when you truly want people to go to a direct action. And use contrast and background colors to just kind of complement and give people space. There's so much going on in the world. There's so much on Facebook. There's so much on social media. When you see space, your eyes relax and you're drawn to it. So use that, especially if you're into something tranquil, whether it's healing or massage therapy, teaching kids how to relax and calm down, dealing with special needs. Those are areas that you absolutely need that calmness. And if you're someone who's into craft beer or something like that, use fun colors, use yellows. It's one of the very, very few brands that can use brown. If you're chocolate or beer, are pretty much the only ones that can use brown. The rest of you, please don't use that color. But those are great things to kind of use. Those are great things. So keep it simple, have fun with it, and I just know you guys are going to do great. So thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I truly love spending this time with you. If you have any questions, let me know. Go ahead and reach out to me. And I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.